How's it going, everybody? This is After the Whistle with Xavier Chase and Jaden Valentine and my good friend James. What is going on, Q?
What's going on, yo? What's going on?
So we're gonna jump straight into it. The big news that we got very late last night or early morning, we got James Harden was traded to we got James Harden that was traded to the Clippers for some scraps. It was Nicholas Batum. It was who else was in that trade? Marcus Morris,
Robert Covington.
Robert Covington, and some
Rocco.
picks. And so it was James Harden and PJ Tucker that went to the Clippers. So, Jaden, we'll start with you. What do
I'm
you think about
already
that
gonna
as
say,
a Sixers fan?
as a Sixers fan, I love the trade. I love it. I love it. I love it. We got some wing defenders. We got 3-point shooters. We're we are we don't need Harden anymore because Maxey has evolved to take Harden's spot. Maxey can do anything that Harden does because Harden's on the decline and Maxey's on the incline. Maxey is an all-star this season so far. I know it's only the first week, but it looks like he's gonna be an all-star just because they're switching back to West versus East for the all-star game. Yeah, it's wraps. So we really don't need him. We need that Maxey and Embiid two-man game. That's how we're gonna win games. That's how we're gonna win in the playoffs. We have some guys that can make some big shots because these 3 and D wing guys, they're just sitting there ready to catch and shoot. That's all it is. If you look at all the previous teams of the past couple championships, they had these 3 and D wing guys that helped them elevate their team to a championship contender. I know everyone loves about the hear all the stars and all the big names attached to these teams and stuff. I mean, that's what you need to build your foundation on, but really what's going to elevate you to a championship goal or just to be a contender in general is these type of guys. I mean, this is why people saw the Clippers being so dangerous every year. Is just because when you have Kawhi and PG doing all the ball handling and stuff, you have these guys just sitting in these corners like you can't guard them all, you know?
Right.
So like that's why I see this trade as a W. And also that 2028 first round pick, I know it's far in the future, but that is so valuable. It's just like how the Lakers didn't want to trade any of their picks from 2026 or 2027 because they knew how valuable those picks would be. These teams are really about to explode. All right. They got 1 or 2 seasons left and they're done. They have no assets. They got no young pieces. They're going to be having just bums on their teams, and their teams are going to be bottom of the barrel
Right.
unless Kawhi plays till he's like 38. I don't see him playing till he's like 38. That's not going to happen.
Hell no.
And so that pick is so valuable and it's very underrated. All right, a lot of people just not valuing the pick situations. I play a lot of 2K, so I understand how valuable picks be. All right, so I
They,
know I know I know how valuable these picks will be, and I can see them packaging this and getting another type of star type player maybe next season or in the off season or
hmm.
something like. So I see this as a W. Also,
So,
Clippers they didn't move that much for me. I see them as probably the second best team in the West right now, but I don't see them going anywhere with this.
yeah. I mean, that's well, Q, I'll let you go first, and then I'll give my take on it.
All right. Well, starting with the Clippers perspective, because as you know, I'm a big Russell Westbrook fan. I think the addition of James Harden, I don't like it. I don't love it. I like it, but I don't love it. And here's why. I He's going to take a couple weeks, a couple days to get into his flow. He's not going to come back and be that 20 and 10 right away. I don't see it. I don't see him translating like that. I think we saw when he came from Houston and then he wore the fat suit and stuff like that for Philadelphia. And then I think all that, like I think we're going to see a repeat. And when he came back from Philadelphia, we saw videos from him actually like 2 nights before Maxi went off for 33. Um, we saw him on the sideline, and I don't think he said that he admitted that he wasn't going to be in game time shape. And I think for the Clippers right now, that's not good. What the Clippers are sitting at, I think 1-1 or 1-2. I think they
Two
play
and one.
tonight against the. Yep, they play tonight against the Spurs, which I only know
No,
because
they play the
I'm big on
Magic
the
tonight.
bet. They play the Magic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The Spurs play the Phoenix Suns tonight. So I've been on the FanDuel. I've been betting, but so I follow these games and I watch them on my phone. But I don't like the addition right away, but I think in the long run it'll be good. I think we'll see the production from Westbrook go down than what we saw from playoff. And I think he's started the season off strong. Westbrook has, and PG started off even stronger, and Kawhi's playing, which is great. I think the Clippers in the long run, I think they're going to start off rough, but I think they're going to be sneaking at a 6 or a 7 seed, and I think they're going to be contenders in the Western Conference easily. I think it's you got the Suns, you have the Nuggets. Obviously, Nuggets look great. I think the Nuggets are 3-0 or 4-0 right now. I
3-0.
think they look great. Yeah, I think they look like they're ready to repeat again. I think Jokic is the front runner for MVP right now. Unfortunately, because I'd like to see somebody else get it, but he's looking great right now.
Right.
But I think the Clippers are going to be easy contenders. So I liked it on the Clippers side for sure.
So, like for me, I was balanced all day and trying to figure out like the Clippers side. I feel like there's too many cooks in the kitchen. Like Russ, these 3 games was only averaging like barely 6 shots. It was like 5.7 shots a game. And I just feel like that definitely goes down. I think he's always going to be he was before James got there, he was a triple double threat because he was going to get 10 rebounds and then he can just dish out 10 assists. But I just I just don't now I feel like his production goes down a little bit more, but I feel like his value in terms of him being more on like the bench helps out a little bit more. I
Yeah,
think like
absolutely.
I think he'll definitely play a lot more with the bench guys because
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't see all four of them playing at once and it being like coherent. Like I don't see that. I don't see that.
I could see them even taking him out of the lineup eventually and
Yeah.
starting either Bones or starting Harden at the one and going with a large. They could go with a big lineup and go Harden at the one, PG
Mhm.
at the two, Kawhi at the three, and then you either throw who do they still got at the four right now? And
PJ Tucker.
Well, they do
yeah,
have
they got
PJ
PJ Tucker.
Tucker.
Exactly, exactly. I think the addition of PJ Tucker is huge for them. I think
Mhm.
on a rebounding and a defensive standpoint, that is a huge pickup. I think that's an even bigger pickup than Harden. I think they would have
Yeah.
just got PJ Tucker. That would have been a huge. I think PJ Tucker is going to make a huge difference over there.
Yeah, because you lost a lot of your like defenders. Like you lost, I mean, Robert Covington, and then you also lost like Nicholas Batum, who are like 3-and-D wing guys. And you
Yeah,
lost Marcus Morris, who, both the Morris twins play defense and can shoot threes. So yeah, definitely PJ is going to help them a lot. I just don't, like I said, I just don't know. Like I feel like splitting them up, all four of them. Like maybe you have PG and Harden play together for a couple minutes, and then you have Kawhi and Russ play together for a couple minutes. I feel like if they just break it
exactly.
up, they're gonna have to definitely break. Like they start together, they'll finish together, but during the game, two guys two out of the four guys will be on the floor at the same time, and then the other two out of the four will be on the court at the another time. I think they'll start
I
together and
agree.
they'll
Yeah,
finish
yeah.
together, but I don't see them actually playing together. And for like the Sixers, I don't know. I never like I was always looking at it from the Clippers perspective um, today, but like the Sixers, I feel like they're going to be fine. I feel like they gotten a tad bit better. I don't think they're contenders because
They're
you have
still, but they're still 3 or 4 seed, I believe. You know.
because I just like I mean you have the two you obviously have the Bucks and you have the Celtics, which the Celtics look crazy. Like
Yeah.
Porzingis looks unguardable. We'll get into that in a minute. But I just think like they're still like a 4, maybe like a 5 seed because I think that the Cavs, once they get healthy, because they haven't been healthy so far this year, like Darius Garland has been out. He's out at tonight's game. And then I know like Jared Allen has been hurt. So once they get healthy and they get things rolling, they'll be, you know, top 3, 4 seed. And then the Knicks are
That boy
kind of been like,
Donovan Mitchell, the dog.
yeah, like, and then like the Knicks are kind of been like, I feel like they can
The
fight for
Knicks
the
are
with the
rough.
Knicks. Yeah, I feel like they can fight with the Knicks for like that 4 spot, and then
I
like,
don't like the Knicks. Right. I don't like how Julius Randle's been looking.
yeah, no, he
Yeah, he sucks. He's killing me on
he
my fantasy.
Yeah,
like
yeah. I don't like Julius Randle right now.
he does good. He does like really good one week, and then like another week, or like one year he'll do like really good. Like he won what most improved player that one year, and then like the next year he like fell off, and it's like why
When
why
he
can't
was
you just
all NBA, he fell off. and then he was all NBA again.
Again, like it's so weird. I don't understand it, but like their whole team is kind of. I heard Charles Barkley say that they need to trade some of those picks to go get Cat. That would be interesting.
Yeah,
Because
no.
The
Cat
Knicks.
doesn't play
I
defense.
Knicks fans can just keep wishing, man, because Knicks fans have missed out on Jimmy Butler before he went to Miami. They've missed out on I think
There's
Donovan Mitchell when he was leaving
Zion.
Utah.
there's so many
Zion, absolutely.
stars. Like the list goes on. The Knicks fans are just crying for
They were
days.
supposed to get Zion
It's
that
a
one
it's
year.
a huge franchise. I mean, they're bound to get another Carmelo Anthony type of player eventually, but it hasn't happened yet.
So I mean, I feel like this doesn't really for like so back on the topic of like the Clippers, I don't think this doesn't really move the needle for me. Like I think they're contenders, but like they're not my favorites. But this doesn't really move the needle for me. Like
No.
it's just like okay, like
So let me hear your top five in the West right now. Who you got? Who's number one? I think number one's Nuggets,
Nuggets,
personally.
yeah. They they're like it's like everybody was talking about like them losing Bruce Brown and Jeff Green, and it was like that's gonna hurt them so much. But like Christian
Nah,
Braun, they got what's the
they have
guy's
a
name?
great system.
Peyton Watson, and then like Reggie
Payne
Jackson
Watson's
was
still there.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
they're playing
and then
great.
yeah, Reggie Jackson's still playing like crazy. Like he's a great backup point guard. Like
They're
they
playing
just
great.
still look
Yeah, they're playing
solid.
great.
Yeah. Like so definitely the Nuggets. I think they're the consensus number
Christian
one.
Braun looked great the other night. I watched Christian Braun play excellent coming off the bench. He plays good defense and he is good for 8 to 10 points a game.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure for my two, they haven't looked great, but because their bench pieces aren't the best right now for some reason, is the Lakers. The Lakers are two because they still have LeBron. You can't bet against LeBron. Like it's
I
like
can't
still
call it.
LeBron.
I can't call
And
it.
then like
Bron's on a
Lakers
Anthony
minute
two.
restriction.
Lakers two.
I
LeBron,
can't
okay,
call
like
that. I can't
Come
look,
call that. I
on.
definitely.
Anthony Davis is
Yeah,
playing
that's
pretty
bad.
good these last two games. He's put up like 30 and like 12 these last two games or something like
2 games. Who they play?
that.
Yeah, who did they
They
play?
play
But
the second
they
game they
beat the
played
Suns. They beat
they
the
beat the
Suns. The
Suns. They beat the
Suns.
Suns. And
Suns
then they
Suns
beat
without Beal and Booker.
I don't me personally, I don't like the Suns. I can
Oh
like
yeah, but
I can
that
call
Lakers
like
win.
they're I don't think they're making out the second round. The Suns, like I don't see them making out the second round.
I
I don't
I
think they're
like the
good.
Suns right now. I think that
They
I
beat the
like the
Suns in the
Suns.
Magic. Come on, dog.
And then let me see. So Lakers at two for me. For three, um, the Warriors have like right now as of today, the Warriors low key been looking like pretty good. Like first of all, Steph
Yep.
is like I'm like, why are you playing like this? You're like 35, 36. Like, why are you still playing like this? The Warriors look good as of today. They look good. I think they're like or they're 3-0. No, they're 2-1 because they lost the first game. And so I think the Warriors right now are three. Four, probably the Clippers, and then five, you can just throw anybody in there. Like, no,
Thunder.
no, they just, I
Yeah,
don't,
so
they just,
Big Thunder.
they just got
They lost
smacked
to the
around.
Nuggets. They lost to the
They just,
Nuggets. Come on
I
now.
know, but
They only
they
lost to
lost.
the Nuggets.
Okay, but they got like beat by like it was like not even close. Like I could have sworn
It's
it was
the
like
Nuggets
30.
though. It's the Nuggets
I know
though.
it's the Nuggets, but like I mean,
Bro,
when you go, I'm trying to think. What's that other the Pelicans? But Trey Murphy's out. But the Pelicans it hasn't looked pretty, but they're still like up there. And then like the Grizzlies, I don't know what the Grizzlies are doing,
no,
but
Grizzlies
like
suck.
the Grizzlies are
The
just looking
Grizzlies,
low.
the Grizzlies might not look great right now, but Grizzlies are going to be a top three seed. They've continued to do it every single year.
No, they're not. Not this year.
I
Not
I
this
bet
year.
I
Yo,
bet too. They got a
Them
good
losing
they got
them
a good
losing
head
Tyus
coach.
Jones was the worst thing you could ever do. Them getting rid of Tyus Jones was terrible.
They're gonna
yeah,
be and they're
They
gonna be
needed him.
watch they
He was the best backup point guard to have when Ja Morant's out. Ja Morant's gone. They don't got Tyus. Marcus Smart not be able to carry the offensive load like that. He's not a playmaker
he
like
doesn't
Tyus
need to.
Jones.
He's not gonna need to when Ja comes back and I'm telling you, they're gonna be a top five seed in the West again. Just
If they
because of their system, because they're like Denver right now, because of their system, because of their head coach, that's one of those teams that you just lose to on a nightly basis because they play hard. They're like Miami in a sort. It's just one of those teams you lose to.
I would like. I could really see the Grizzlies going like 3-22 before Ja comes back. Like the Grizzlies are always going to put up a fight. Like the Grizzlies are always going to put up a fight every single night. Every single night they play, they're going to put up a fight.
They are.
But they're just going to end up losing all these games because first off, Jaren Jackson Jr. is their second best player besides Ja, and he can't even stay on the court just because he gets in foul trouble.
Desmond Bane's 22 to 23 points a game.
Nah, I would say it's Triple J. It's still Triple J. Like his defense is still like I would take his defense. I would take his defense over Desmond Bane's offense. Like Jaden was saying, like
they're not going 3 and 20 the next.
No, not 3 and 22, but like Jaren Jackson.
I was slicing it. It's probably more than that. But
Jaren Jackson cannot stay on the floor. Like he had like 6 points one night, and then it was like 5 fouls, and I'm like, bro, like it's like ridiculous. I'm like, bro, this man cannot stay on the floor. But like, you know who has been looking good for them? D Rose. He had like 16 in the first game.
Bro, when they were playing the Nuggets, like Derrick Rose was really stepping up.
Yeah, like 16. I was like,
oh man, are the Grizzlies really about to win? That's crazy.
I'm telling you, they find a way to win games. Like even when Ja was there, I think I watched the Grizzlies when Ja was there, and I'm telling I watch all these games because I got a lot of bootleg sites that I kind of just get on and watch the games. But I watch these games like consistently, and they win games that they're not supposed to win, where they shouldn't be finding scoring. Like I watched Dylan Brooks and I watched Desmond Bane. More of those role players just like really and I'm telling you, it's not that their skill level is good. It's the system and it's the head coach, and I'm telling you, they're gonna keep winning games.
I think but with the role players right now. Like they lost. Like okay, Steven Adams is out for the year. They traded away Tyus Jones. They didn't sign Dylan Brooks back. And then like is Brandon Clark playing? Does anybody know? I haven't.
No, he's hurt still. He's hurt.
Yeah, like Brandon Clark.
Xavier Tillman.
Yeah, he's hurt, right?
No, Xavier Tillman is playing. He's playing well so far.
But like they lost like so many like pieces that like gave them that edge to win games when Ja was not there. But like they lost those pieces, like, and they have no wing depth. Like it's on the wings, it's what Desmond Bane and it's
Zaire Wood.
I've been seeing them sometimes have Desmond Bane like as a small forward. That's not going to work. It's not going to work.
Yeah, it's not going to work. Like they don't have wing depth.
They're starting Zaire Williams, who's 6'7", 6'6".
Nah. Zaire Williams, I mess with him. I think he's pretty good.
Yeah,
he's good.
I just think they lost too much, and like I get what you're saying. Like those games that they were winning back like seasons prior, like was because of their core, like their depth, like their core players, but they lost so much, and like the pieces they brought in. Now it could be because they have to gel, and Marcus Smart is new, and then like Derrick Rose is new, and they've never played with some of those guys, so maybe it's like a gel issue. But like right now, it's just not looking great. I think they should. I predicted they were going to keep the boat steady. They were going to win because Jaw's out for 25 games. So I was like, if they can go 13-12 with this stretch, then they'll be fine. But right now, I did not predict 0-4 because that is like.
I think I still I'd still, like I said, stay on the bandwagon for Memphis and still continue to keep your faith because I think they're going to be okay.
Yeah, I still got they're still going to be one of the teams to.
I think they'll be a higher seed than the Lakers for sure.
I'm telling you, the Lakers.
If you want to put money on that, I'd say that the Grizzlies will be a higher seed than the Lakers. If you want to,
I would definitely put money on that. I just want you to know the Grizzlies are the worst team in NBA right now. They have the lowest record.
I know about all that, but I would put money that their seed is still higher than the Lakers.
I'll put money. I'll put 20 down.
I'll put 20. I'll put 20. I'll put 20.
So that the Lakers will be higher than Memphis?
The Lakers will be a higher seed.
The Lakers will be higher than Memphis.
I'll
put 20 down.
I probably got Lakers being like a 6 seed.
I'll take that. I mean, I agree with the Lakers being a 6 seed, but I think Memphis will still be higher than that. And I think the Lakers just I just don't like the Lake. When you watch the
No,
Lakers play, if you're really watching the Lakers play, then you know what the problem is. It wasn't Westbrook, it wasn't Bron, it wasn't AD missing games. The Lakers don't play no defense, bro.
Yeah,
I
I I watched them play last night. I watched them play last night against the Magic, and like they turn over the ball so much, and I'm like,
That's what
I'm sitting there,
they don't
like
play no defense.
the fourth quarter alone, they it was just like the Magic get the ball, they would score, and then like Lakers possessions would be like turnover, turnover, miss shot, miss shot, and then they would get a bucket, and it'd be like two more turn. I'm like, this is like they like even when they play the Nuggets, they just kept turning over the ball, and I'm like, oh my god, like this. Yeah, they don't, and plus, like Cam Reddish doesn't look good. Like I don't know what, like I think he might be chalk. Like I know everybody was holding
He
out hope
hasn't
for
played
him.
significant minutes.
Yeah, like he might be chalk, and then like Gabe Vincent, he hasn't looked. He looked good. He looked good yesterday against the
He
Magic,
played well.
but
Yeah,
like
he played well last game, but he did in the first two games. But
yeah,
he
the
looked.
first couple games he wasn't looking good, and then like Austin Reeves is like I'm kind
Now
of like what's
Austin
going on?
Reeves, I don't know if you've been watching, but Austin Reeves is nursing some sort of injury. Austin Reeves is
Yeah,
not looking.
and then like D'Lo, I'm like, bro, you play 36 minutes. What are you like? He just like if he's not hitting shots, he like doesn't do anything else. Like he does nothing else for you. It is like he plays no defense. He doesn't rebound. He's not gonna like
So
put
it's
nobody
not
in like playmaking situations either.
it's not D'Lo's fault for all the D'Angelo Russell fans. It's not D'Lo's fault right now. It's LeBron and it's LeBron how he is ball demanded. I don't think people understand that he needs to have the ball in his hand and he needs to be a point guard in a sense. So there was a issue with him and with LeBron and D'Angelo Russell on the bench the other day, and LeBron is so ball dominant that he's not well playing off ball, and I think that was the problem with Russ when Russell's there too, going back. But he's not. A lot of people are saying that he's going to get D'Angelo Russell out of there because D'Angelo Russell wants to be that pure point guard, and that's what LeBron wants to be too at the same time.
Well, like we've seen LeBron play off ball before though,
You've seen
and it
LeBron
worked.
play off ball. That's not the first.
not what he wants to do.
He wants to pass. I mean, not that he wants to pass, but he's capable.
Mhm. Like
Like
I think
we're not gonna get those Miami Heat days of LeBron cutting back door and stuff. Like we're not gonna get that no more. He wants the ball in hand, throw some easy passes, pull up random threes,
mhm.
and then random
Go
times he'll
down
just
when he
look
has.
like and then just random times he'll just want to look like he's 28 again, just drive right to the rim on somebody.
Yeah.
That's literally what LeBron want to do.
And I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Jarrett Vanderbilt's been hurt. I don't think he's played a game so far because I think he's
I don't think
out.
yeah.
I think he's hurt. So like I think obviously it's a small sample size. People could consider us like overreacting to a bunch of this stuff. We're only what like 3, 4 games in. It's only been a week. So obviously when we get they say the season doesn't start till Christmas. So like we'll definitely have our
Hey man,
opinions once Christmas.
We have in season tournament this year, so it may
That
start a
is
little.
true.
Kobe told me. Kobe said real season don't start to the playoffs.
It was like, yeah, I was always told like the season does not start until Christmas. Like it's it's so off of the West. So now
Wait.
who?
Just look at
Go
the
ahead.
Lakers last year.
That
Like
is true.
they had a terrible start, and then Christmas
They
come
made
around,
all those trades.
they get all like heated and stuff, and start come back.
Well, no, it was like the trade deadline. That's when they were just like they made all those trades.
Yeah,
They got like everybody that they didn't want up out of there, and then like their record was like 17 and like something. It was like 17 and like 5, I think, at that
yeah, it
like
was
the
something
finish of
real
the season.
good.
It's
Yeah,
something like that. So now who are teams for the East now?
teams for the East.
I think my
Milwaukee,
number one is
Milwaukee.
Boston.
Wait, you did yours last time. Let me do mine. Let me tell you
Okay, go
mine.
ahead, go ahead.
Number one, I got the Celtics. They're just gonna be consistent throughout the whole regular season. Can already know that. Number two, odds where it gets hard because it's either Bucks or Philly. I feel Philly with these new guys are going to be real consistent.
Oh my
All right,
God.
I'm just saying.
Nah,
Oh
you're
my
tweaking.
God.
You're tweaking.
No,
But
no.
I'm gonna just say Bucks for now. I'm gonna say Bucks for now. Then I'll have Philly at third. Fourth, I'm gonna have the Pacers. Yeah, y'all didn't expect that one. Pacers are gonna play a fine old school fastball play style,
They
pass
run.
first. They're
They
gonna
Hey,
be
I
run.
running.
not old school. Indiana's #1 in 3-point percentage right now.
Bro, they
I didn't even know
run.
that. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they're #1 in 3-point percentage right now. They got Buddy Hield, they got Halliburton, they got Miles Turner. Miles Turner made 4 or 5 threes last night. I was watching their game. Yeah, they look good. Their 3-point percentage is #1 right
Yeah.
now. So if that stands, but they look good. I agree.
And then fifth, I'm gonna have probably that goes hard. It's either gonna be the Cavs or the Hawks, probably.
Do
See, the
not like the
Cavs, they just be
Hawks.
dealing, huh?
So I do not like the Hawks. I don't
I
know
don't
why
like
people
the
are so
Hawks
high.
either.
I don't know why they're so high. I mean, DeJounte did have like 41 the other was it
Yeah,
last night? I
41.
think he had 41 last night. But like, I'm just not high on the Hawks at all. Like, I
I'm
don't.
not
I
either.
just
I just think the East sucks. The East has so many bad teams. Like
trust me.
they,
I know.
they
I'm a Bulls fan. I know.
oh yeah, I know. I know you.
Orlando sneaks in there somewhere this year. Orlando makes the top 8.
Mm, yeah,
Ooh, I don't
yeah.
know about top eight. I don't know about top eight. They'll probably be a
Or
playing team this year.
Orlando?
Yeah, Orlando probably be a playing team. I don't think they're gonna get top eight.
No. They lock in. They got Paulo in the second year. He's looking great.
Franz, he looks pretty
So
good.
yeah, they got pieces. They have a lot of pieces.
I
I
Like
just,
like
I,
that right now.
it's so
I
weird.
like I like Detroit right now.
Oh yeah,
Jalen
Detroit.
Duran,
I like
Jalen
Detroit.
Duran. Oh my God,
Detroit has been
yo.
playing really good. It's so weird. I've watched like 3 Pistons games this year. I don't know why. Well, I know why. It's because I've been watching Asura Thompson, but I've watched 3 Pistons games.
They
That's like
look
the most
good.
I've had in my whole life. Who the freak wants to watch the Pistons, you know?
Exactly. I
Yeah,
Here I
agree.
am
But they
watching.
look great.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
there's another rookie. There's another rookie big man, and I'll see if Xavier can take a guess on who it is. This guy's he's in the West, and he's having a great year, and I think he's competing for Rookie of the Year, along with Victor and Chet. It's this guy in the West. I don't know if Xavier knows who it is. Let's see if we can guess who it
Oh,
is.
is it Derek Lively?
It's Derek Lively. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
looking
See,
he's
I,
looking
Derek
good.
Lively.
I
Derek
was
Lively.
wondering if we're gonna. I was trying to bring that up. The Mavs have been sneaky this year. They're undefeated so far, which is
They play
like.
no defense
Yeah.
though. They play absolutely no defense.
Well,
Like,
there's one guy. There's one guy that's an MVP candidate that doesn't play no defense, but we don't got to get into that. But
bro,
that
like
is
they played the Spurs and like you would have thought like well, I was already high on Devin Vassell, but like Devin Vassell was looking like prime like Tony Parker. I was like, what is going on? Like they played absolutely no defense. Like the
Yeah.
Spurs, they were young, so like I don't really expect them to be like top defensive teams, but like the Mavs play absolutely no defense. Like it was terrible. Like but Derek
yeah.
Lively, bro, bro.
Unfortunately, that's new school basketball right now. I think when you look at these teams, I think when you look at Phoenix and Milwaukee and Dallas and the addition of all these super teams, I said Phoenix, but you look at the addition of these super teams and all their stars, they just want to outscore you. We're
Yeah, but
going
that's
to
not how,
we're getting smaller and smaller on these
yeah.
lines is to outscore these teams. So defense isn't playing as much as I hate to admit it. Defense isn't playing as much of a big role with these players. But going back one second, I'm going to rewind. There's another offensive player that's been killing it. Cam Thomas, averaging 33 points per game.
Oh
Cam
my
Thomas,
God, he's dogging.
Cam Thomas's problem is he doesn't play no defense, so that's why nobody talks about him. But defense isn't being reliant as much as it used to be, and I think that's something that before we get into I'll hint towards one of our other future segments with Charles Barkley and his opinions. But a lot of the older players, they aren't realizing that the new game of basketball is so much more offensive orientated.
Yeah.
You bringing that up just made me think of something. Like, could it be since like it would get to the point where there's so much player movement because player movement has been like going up and up every single year to the point where it's like you can't even really put a defensive like scheme together really like that for like a team to even be a defensive minded team because player movement is going on so much you can't get the chemistry. So like maybe like it'll get to the point where people are just throwing out these like super scoring lineups and just balling with that and like not even worrying about the defensive side as much, just having that come like freelancely. Like it
That's
just
the
maybe think about that. Like I feel like
Yeah.
that's possible.
that's what I don't understand. Is like it doesn't work. Like the offensive stuff is cool, but like you look at these like championship teams over like just the past 5 years. Like just go back to like the bubble. Lakers were a top defensive team. They were
Yeah,
like pretty good on offense, but they were a really great like defensive team. The Warriors, when they won like their last ring, they were
they're
still
pretty,
a really good defensive
yeah,
team.
they're pretty high.
Like the Nuggets, like Bruce Brown, KCP, like even though Jokic catches flat for like being a bad defender, I think he's like I think he's
No,
like a
no,
Curry. I think he's
Me,
like a Curry. He's like a Curry where like
nobody that watches would say that Jokic is a great defender.
he has like his hand. He's always like his hands are always moving. So that's why it's like
Yeah,
they're gonna always get a bunch of like the Bucks when they won the chip, like top defensive team. So it's like when these teams are just like, let's just go all offense. It's like you guys need somebody to stop
yeah,
other
yeah. I
team from scoring.
agree. Yeah.
Definitely.
What makes the Nuggets so great defensively that no other Western Conference or Eastern Conference team has shown yet is the Nuggets' ability to switch 1 through 5. That's what makes the
Yeah.
Nuggets. I watched a video earlier, and the Nuggets 1 through 5 can switch all positions. Jamal Murray at 6'3" can guard your 4 and can brace enough to hold a 5. To get in
Yeah.
rotation. The Nuggets defensive scheme and what Mike Malone has been able to do there is just that
Mm.
it makes them the number 1 seed.
Yeah. No. What's it called? Whoa, 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 whoa. Sorry, I had a video playing, but there like Aaron Gordon plays really good defense. Like he plays extremely good defense
really
for
good.
like he like when he was on the Magic, like he was only known like he's one of those guys that has like completely changed over his game. Like for
Yeah,
the Magic, he was like one player on the Magic, and then he came to the Nuggets, and he's like the perfect glue guy at the 4 that you want. Like it's just he's great on defense.
yeah, yeah. Aaron Gore, I'll give you another fun fact. It's been a minute before we seen Miles Bridges play, and I think we'll get ready
Mhm.
to. Where's Miles Bridges at now? He's getting ready to play for who just signed Miles Bridges?
I thought he was still on
Yeah, they're
Is
still in the
uh,
Hornets.
the
on the
Hornets.
Hornets? So Miles Bridges in the past 2 years has been statistically the best cutter in scoring, like on
Hmm.
backdoor cuts, alley oops. Right now, it's Aaron Gordon,
Hmm.
Hmm.
and I think with Jamal Murray passing and Nikola Jokic obviously passing, I think that it helps him so much on offense. I watched the Nuggets play last night, and Jamal
Hmm.
Murray and Aaron Gordon, he just gets so many easy tip ins right underneath the basket, just on quick passes, quick skip passes,
Hmm.
everything.
So, going into our next topic, so Charles,
Wait, before you
go
bring it
ahead.
up, before you bring it up, before you bring it up, I got it. I just saw something.
Yeah.
Can you guess Derek Lively's field goal percentage?
Oh man, he doesn't take that many shots.
It's
It's
probably around 70%.
yeah, it's probably like
So what?
70.
It's around
No,
70.
it's 85%.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
You know why that is, right? It's just lobs.
Yeah,
No,
it's just
it's just
lobs.
lost.
Like him in the pick and roll, it's just straight lobs and like
Yeah, it's
putbacks.
just
That's
lobs.
all it is.
85% is crazy though. Like,
Who's who what's it? Walker Kessler for Utah.
yeah,
Look up
Utah.
look up his field goal percentage. He's all lobs too. He's no
Yeah,
skill.
he is, but he's not even in the top five. I'm looking at the top five right now.
Oh, he's not
Like
in top
it
five.
goes Derek Lively at 85%, and then it goes Mark Williams 77%. Like that's such a huge difference.
Same
Like,
thing. Same thing.
yeah, just straight
Straight
lobs.
lobs.
Lob threat. Yeah.
I mean, but also
So,
another crazy one is Jalen Smith from the Pacers at number
hmm,
five because he like actually shoots threes and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, you know where he went to school, right?
Maryland legend, Jalen Smith. I remember him and oh, what's his name?
Herder,
Bruno
Kevin Herder.
Fernando.
Oh, Bruno Fernandez.
Yeah, Bruno Fernando. And then
Yeah.
like we ended up playing Nas Reed in LSU that year, and then we just lost.
You remember Diamond Stone? He went to Maryland, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He
yeah,
played with.
yeah, yeah. I remember Diamond Stone. Yeah,
Remember he got
like
drafted to Clippers. I was like, oh yeah, Maryland guy.
I remember like there's so many guys like I remember like that went to college, and I'm like, yo, they're gonna be nice. Like what's the dude's name? Frank Kaminsky. I swore he was gonna be nice, and then he just got to the league and was like, no. Like Jaleel Okafor, I was like, bro, he's gonna
I
be better
thought,
than. I was like, yo, he's gonna be better than Cat. I better watch my mouth. Like I was like, wow.
oh
Like
my god,
it
I was
was
so high on Jamil Okafor, and then he punched that girl.
wow. What?
That's what
What?
he was gonna be, but we don't have no more back to the basket bigs no more. So
That's what they talk about for like college ball. Like
yeah,
like college basketball is so much different because they still use like the back to the basket bigs, and like the college game is like much slower than like the NBA, and that's like why you see guys like Luca Garza, Player of the Year, but
yep.
like he doesn't do jack in the NBA. Like I think he's on the Timberwolves, but like he
Yep.
doesn't get
Hunter
burned. He
Dickinson's
doesn't
another
play.
example too from Michigan.
Who?
Hunter Dickinson from Michigan, the same thing, 7-footer, left-handed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
same.
if these guys were drafted in the '90s, like Luca Garza would have been the number one pick, like in the '90s, even like the
You
2000s.
got there's an Oscar Tibibwe from Kentucky.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep, same thing. Same
And
thing.
then
The NBA doesn't your game just doesn't adapt to the NBA level.
that's why like Zach Edey didn't because he's still in college. Like he
Yep.
didn't declare for the draft. That's why it's like
Yeah.
it's so like these guys would be so good in like the '90s and the 2000s, but like their game just doesn't translate over, and like they're too slow. Like they're not athletic. They can't guard these more athletic big men and wings. So it's like, oh, you're just going to be on the bench because you can't play at an NBA level, even though you were all like player of the year.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know who would be better than Michael Jordan in the '90s if he played then? Ben Simmons. All right, let's
Mm.
get to our next subject.
Yo, I don't know what is up with Ben Simmons, but I guess going to our next topic. Um, so Charles Barkley had said something basically the first night talking about injuries and talking about players and playing through injuries. So I'm gonna read the quote. It says, I'm talking to the players. Forget the ownership, forget the fans. As a player, if you're gonna make 50, 60 million a year to play basketball for 3 or 4 days a week, play basketball. If you're injured, I don't want you to play. Bless these guys. You're making 30, 40, 50 million to play basketball 40 days a week. You got the best shoes, you got the best medical staff, you got these guys sleeping in chambers, you got ice baths. Man, if you can play, shut the hell up and play. So, Jaden, I'll start with you. What is your take on that?
Um, I feel he's kind of right because like it's your job. You gotta show up. That's just how it is. And I mean, he puts in there if you're hurt, don't play because that's true. You're hurt, don't play. But if you're able to play and you don't got anything else going on, then play. Like James Harden, he should have played. Like this is how it is. Even though you want to get traded, you should have played. Like that's how this. You should just go out there and try to put your best effort in. Like, come on now, you're a hooper. You chose this lifestyle. Especially James Harden. He's been in what over 12 years now. Like, come on now,
Yeah.
13
grown
shit.
man, grown man. But yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley. Who else you got? I think Gilbert Arenas on an extent. I love Gilbert Arenas' podcast.
Yeah.
So I won't put in there as much. But Magic Johnson. These older guys that have these opinions on what the NBA and what these guys, I don't know what the NBA and what these guys should be doing, as far as playing time, as far as their production, as far as who should be winning championships and whatnot. when we get into the GOAT conversation of Michael versus LeBron, my fault. When we get in Michael versus LeBron, I think that it's unfair and unwarranted to an extent of the game has changed so much that they don't relate on the skill level aspect, on the production level aspect. I think that is just you're demanding so much from these players. And I don't agree. And for like Kawhi Leonard, I agree with what Charles Barkley is saying. For guys like James Harden, I agree for what Charles Barkley is saying. But I think if a player's injured, I think that they know what's at stake, especially with these super teams and the level of competition. So I think that comment is a little unwarranted from Charles Barkley.
Yeah. Definitely if you're injured, definitely don't play. But like when you're hurt, like it's so hard. When they were playing, like the skill level, like as you touched on before, the skill level just wasn't what it is
It
today. Like
wasn't
guys, you would like we saw
triple with
like
their left.
yeah, we saw teams like always like in the mix all every year, like back to back. But like it's so hard to like just just to play like this. Like I said, the skill level and how these guys are like way bigger, way faster, way stronger, can do things that are just like you just say to yourself like, wow, they shouldn't be able to do that. And I just don't think, like you said, Charles and all those other guys really understand like how much the game has changed from the 90s, which was like 30 years ago. And it's just like
Yeah.
you don't really understand how much, like, yes, they have all this money, which is great, and they have all these resources, but they don't they just don't understand like what it takes now to play basketball at the rate that they're playing, because the game is way faster than what they played, and the guys are just like way better than what they went up against. I do think like I think it was good for the NBA to put in like the 65 game rule to get awards. I think that was
Yeah,
good
I agree.
because
I think that was a good change for
like
necessary.
the whole load management stuff. People blame LeBron for that, but it was really the Spurs who started that when they sat like Tim Duncan and like Manu Ginobili and all those guys. They weren't even in this like state, like they weren't even in the arena that game. They were at
Yeah,
home. Like so it was really the Spurs who started that mess. But people love to blame LeBron. But I think the load management, which is definitely like different than being hurt and injured, but like a lot of times people don't really understand that it's not up to the players sometimes. It's really up to the organization.
yeah,
Like people don't really understand that. Like for even for football, it's like they're not practicing or they're not playing because the organization's like, nah, you're good. Like we don't want you to play today.
yeah.
So which I think that definitely I don't like I said, I don't think Charles has I think he has a point, but I think there's some things he doesn't really understand.
Right. It's some things you just don't need to say,
Yeah.
and a lot of those older guys and their opinions, and we won't get into that, but maybe in a future episode we talk about Magic and those guys and their comments. But I think they don't understand the new NBA style and the way that
Mhm.
the game is played is just so much more advanced. I feel like.
So we're gonna try and get up to our last segment right now. Because over here it's like 10 o'clock. It's like 10, almost 10:30. But do you guys have any hot takes or overreactions to the first 3 or 4 games of the season so far?
Go ahead, Jaden.
Um, hot takes. Celtics don't got what it takes to win it all. Uh, I mean, I already said last week, Thunder winning 50 games, pay for MVP. I got Nuggets winning at
Well,
least 60.
you said Shay?
Yeah, Shea's winning MVP.
Yeah, bro. He said Shea was gonna win MVP. Yeah.
He will.
Mhm.
I'm a big OKC fan, but okay.
I
Yeah.
got Nuggets. They're winning at least 65 games this season. I
Yeah.
went through every single team and who could beat them or not. And I would say, like, I don't see the Suns being able to beat them, but I could see a team like the Kings getting a win on them in the regular season. In the regular season, I gotta say in the regular season. Yeah, I got Nuggets winning 65 games, and after that, there's gonna be a drop off, which I would say is probably gonna be like the Clippers or the OKC Thunder as a second seed in the West. Uh, let's see. Yeah, my hot take is Philly going to the finals. That's a hot take. Hot take. Let's see. What else? What else?
That's real. Wait. That's a real hot take.
Philadelphia hot take. Like
Philadelphia 76ers to the finals
yes.
against who? Against the Nuggets?
Probably. I do have Nuggets going to the.
He said that. He said that like last week. Yeah, he said that.
And I still agree. Look. I said that last week when we had a worse team. Now we're better. I'm just saying.
You guys,
we made that trade. We're better now. Harden wasn't playing for us, and I already was saying that last week.
Y'all can beat the Boston Celtics. Y'all can beat Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, we can beat. Okay, Bucks. That's the hard part. Celtics. We're beating them. We're beating the Celtics. Our defensive versatility is just.
Have you seen their defense? Have you seen
Look when those guys come out the game.
That's the only thing that concerns me.
When who comes out the game, they have Drew Holiday starting, and then they have Derek White coming off the bench.
That's their sixth man. They have one guy off the bench.
Yeah, their bench is very concerning in the playoffs.
I was playing 2K earlier, right? Right? Listen. I'm playing 2K earlier, and you know how you have the preset setting where you sub in your starters or bench. They subbed in their bench. It was a bunch of random white guys like that. They only got pictures. Like that's how bad their bench is.
Luke Cornett.
They got Payne Pritchard and Luke Cornett. Like, come on, that's not playoff players.
It's Sam
Hauser. I think that's his name.
Yeah, Sam Hauser. Yeah.
Like, come on.
You said what about Robert Williams?
Robert Williams is not even a starter over there because they're starting Horford and Porzingis, right?
No.
They traded away Robert Williams.
He's on Portland.
Robert Williams is with Portland. That's right.
Yeah, they traded him.
Who's their
Celtics got no depth.
Cornette at the other five right now.
I don't even I just see like in the regular season they're gonna skate and they're gonna be fine. But when it comes to that playoffs, you definitely need more. What happened?
They'll get
Porzingis is one bad trip away from injury. I'm just saying.
I agree.
That is true.
Look. You think Porzingis is going to guard Embiid on the block? No, he's not.
I want to know what Embiid's going to do with Kristaps Porzingis on the perimeter. Embiid's he's pretty good, but that pick and roll we're not going
to have Embiid guarding Porzingis. He's going to be guarding Al Horford. All right, that's what's going to be happening. And then we're going to have
Paul Reed.
And then no, we're not even going to have Paul Reed. We're going to have Robert Covington guarding Kristaps.
Man, dude, Robert Covington back as a Sixer.
Bro,
look.
Here's what's going to happen. He's not good anymore.
He's still good.
He's not good anymore.
He is good defensively.
This is not 2017, 2018 anymore. He's no longer he's not good. He's not good anymore.
We're gonna have Al Horford shoot as many threes as he wants, and Porzingis is gonna be double teamed by Rocco and Joel Embiid the whole entire time. If Kristaps Porzingis comes off that 3-point line and goes in the paint, it's wraps. He's getting crowded.
So who's guarding Jalen Brown? Who's guarding Jason Tatum?
You guys have no one for Boston's wing player. No.
Yeah, who's guarding those two?
We're gonna have to rely on Tobias Harris guarding Jason Tatum, and then we're gonna have Nick Batum. We're gonna have Nick Batum on
Jalen Brown. Wow. Yeah. Jalen Brown has no left hand, but holy hell,
Nick Batum is a great defender in 2015, but still.
Yeah, so I'm like, what? 2015, if these guys were in their prime, you'd have a real good case, but Nicholas Batum is no longer back on the Blazers, and he's not playing like that anymore. And Robert Covington is how old even is he? I feel like he's been in the league forever.
I think he's 33. I think. I don't know for sure.
What's Covington's minutes for the Clippers? And I don't think I don't think he even gets minutes.
They weren't playing him because they're gonna trade him.
Because
Yeah.
he's bad. Because he's bad. He's not
No,
good anymore. He didn't even get burned last year, I don't think.
he got some minutes.
I can't remember. I'm on the
Some.
floor.
But
I
look,
remember
look, look, look.
guard.
We have Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Kelly Oubre Jr., Tobias Harris, Patrick Beverly, Mo Bamba, Paul Reed, the
Oh, yeah.
Anthony Melton. Like, come on, dog. Like, we have so much depth. It's crazy. We might have the most depth in the whole league. You know, I'm like, it's possible.
You can have
With
all the depth, but are they good?
They're good.
Coming
These
off
are these are all NBA players that people know. You know, like these are actual names.
let me give you one more fun fact. Furkan Korkmaz is 0-3 in trade requests.
Oh my, he had literally asked. He had asked, yeah, put me in the James Harden deal, and both teams said no. like
Okay.
both teams said no. Like they were like, that's crazy. Like nobody wanted me. Like like oh my god.
He's staying on NBA roster though, but then we don't want that guy. He doesn't play no defense. That's what they're saying.
He definitely plays no defense.
They're like,
Like
he's not guarding nobody.
he like I swear like him and like was it like Gorgie Dang? Because y'all had him right last year. Gorgie Niang? Is it Niang? Is it Niang or is it Dang?
Yeah,
No, it's
Niang.
I feel like him and like first of all, Niang has like the most interesting player build of like all time. The Cavs did not do him justice with that media day picture. Like I was like, come on, man, like this is terrible. But then like, yeah, Sixers in the finals. Yeah, I would put $20 on that they would not do that.
Yeah, I would like to also
You know,
See, that's not even a good bet. That's not even a good bet because I'm going up against 7 other teams out east. You know, so it's like
we got
okay.
We can parlay them for that one, Xavier, but we got bad odds on that one. That's like minus 1,000 right there.
Let me see. What about? I was gonna say second. It depends on who they play. It all depends on who they play. We'll have to revisit this like once the seeding comes out because if like depending on who they play in the first round or the second round, they might not make it out. It all depends.
the only team that's giving them bump is the Bucks. I'm telling you, the only team, and that's just because we got Tyrese Maxey out there having to guard Damian Lillard. So.
I love Tyrese Maxey, and I love how he plays. And I think he is such a dynamic player, but I don't think he keeps up this. He's averaging 32 points per game right now.
Yeah.
I love him as a player, but I don't think he keeps that up.
He's keeping it up. Who else gonna score? Who else gonna score? We're gonna have 2 guys averaging 30.
I don't think he keeps
Tobias
that
Harris
up.
gonna be averaging 15.
I'm not even gonna jump into my dad's a big Sixers fan, so we have debates all the time.
He understands. He knows. He knows.
He understands.
I'm not even gonna jump into the Sixers and what their problem is. But I'll add, I love the addition of the new head coach.
Oh yeah, Nick Nurse.
Oh my God, Brett Brown was awful there. Doc
Rivers.
Doc Rivers was on TNT the other night, and he was talking during the game, and I'm just like, this dude is just salty that he is never going to coach an NBA team again.
Yeah, I don't know why. Because you said it was on TNT. Like, okay, because Mark Jackson was on ESPN, right? He wouldn't do AT&T, right? Or I don't even know now. Well, because I just like I don't know if I like him as a broadcaster or not because I don't like that voice. It really gets on my nerves. Like just hearing that sound, like I'm just like, dude, like please stop talking for 5 seconds because this is like really hurting my ears.
Yeah, he was talking during the Nuggets game or something or I think it was Miami. Yeah. It was Miami and Boston. He was like, yeah, when you're guarding Jimmy on the wing, I'm like, all right, buddy, you couldn't guard Jimmy on the wing,
right?
So we don't need to hear from you right now, buddy.
Yeah.
I remember the sad news of that off season where it's like Philadelphia signed Doc Rivers as head coach. I was like, oh no.
Oh, great.
It's
And then
so
right
great.
after right after that, they're like, Philadelphia signs Al Horford to a max contract.
Oh my
Oh
God, why did
no.
they do that? Why did they do that? I remember that. That was terrible. That was like the bubble year too. That was terrible. Because I remember
Oh
like
my God,
Ben Simmons was like hurt that year.
they
And
said
then
we rather put our money on Tobias Harris than Jimmy Butler.
they're like, and then we don't sign Jimmy Butler, but we get Tobias Harris on another max contract. Oh no.
Like, yeah, I was like, why? I was so confused about that. And then like, didn't you guys had one more big on the bench. Wasn't like Andre Drummond or something? Or am I tripping? You had like
Yeah,
Oh my God, who was it? Who was it?
it was like another big man. I don't think it was the
Yeah.
I forget. It was somebody else. And I was like,
Wayne
why did they
Dedman
just
maybe? I don't know.
ew? They're like yeah, that was the year you guys played the Celtics in the bubble, and then like I don't know, Ben wasn't playing because he was hurt. And so like Al Horford and Joel
I
Embiid were
think
starting.
games, and that's whenever he made the pass. The
Yeah.
pass for the but yeah.
That yeah. Like I said, I mean, I'm a Bulls fan, so I'm objective. We're not making any. We're a playing team,
Oh my
maybe.
God. Oh my God, you're a Bulls fan and he's a Sixers fan. I don't know if you guys have been looking, but trending right now, Levine to the Sixers.
Yeah, I said that earlier. Yeah, that might happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's looking
Yeah,
good.
I started seeing stuff
Oh,
like
we had Greg Monroe that year. Greg Monroe.
yeah. Yeah. They said I remember like James Harden. They were like James Harden is rumored to be like in Bulls talks, and I was like, why? I was like, please no.
That would
Like
actually get y'all to the exact same spot.
but I was like, I don't want James Harden. Like I just want our team to blow it up. Like Vooch is okay. He's like top 10. He's a
I,
top 10 center.
I gotta say, I hate DeRozan over there right now. I think his
Yeah,
potential is being hindered big time.
yeah. And it's like, and then we're not gonna get massive trade value for him because he is on the last year of his deal. He's on the last year of his deal and he's like 34 or something like that. So it's like, why would we trade a bunch of stuff for a 34, 35-year-old? Maybe I'm aging him a little bit, but like somebody who's a little bit longer in the tooth.
Get a great
And
bid
that's on
for
the
him.
left.
You'll still get a great bid for him, though.
And then it's like also like DeMar DeRozan isn't like a plug and play guy. He's just kind of
Ball
he's very
dominant.
like
Yeah.
yeah, he's very ball dominant, isocentric. Like he's not like somebody like Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso, I feel like has great value because he plays great defense. He hacks a lot though. But I'm not saying anything. You didn't hear that from me. He fouls
Y'all
a
need,
lot.
you know who y'all need back, man? Who y'all need healthy was dead man's knee is Lonzo.
Bro,
Hey man,
that
I'm
month
sorry. Wait. First off, I'm sorry to break it to you. Nikola Vucevic is not a top 10 center. After I look at this, yeah, he is not definitely not a
all
top
right,
10 center.
who are those tens? Who are those two? Who's the 10?
Uh,
Jokic,
Joker,
B,
Embiid, Kristaps. I would probably say Rudy Gobert is still better than him.
Pat.
DeAndre Ayton, Miles Turner, Sengun, probably Capella, Adebayo, Brooke Lopez, Kessler, Wembanyama, Chet, Karl Anthony Towns, and then it's like Nick Claxton, uh, Jonas Valanciunas. They're kind of like all in the same like realm there a little bit.
Yeah, he's in the same as Valanciunas and
Very
Turner,
just an offensive center, yeah.
Miles Turner. Yeah, he's not a great on-ball defender. I don't think he's a guy that can switch 1 through 5.
He is not good on defense. He's not good on defense. Like I would rather have Miles Turner, but like
Yeah.
that month we were good and we were at the All-Star break and we were the number one seed.
Yeah,
Even though we were beating up on bad teams and when we played good teams we would lose. That was like the
yeah.
greatest like month in like my NBA
Since Derrick
life.
Rose.
Bro, oh my, because like it's been like just a stretch of like mediocrity. Like the year we traded for, or no, we signed D Wade and Rondo. Why did we do that? The year
Rondo, Dwayne Wade, and Pau Gasol. You're like, oh yeah, we're about to win this year.
like, why did we do that? Like for what? Like,
It's
and then
you
there's
guys,
all
you guys are like New York. You guys are gonna get another big star in the upcoming years.
because all these stories get broken about like Carmelo Anthony says, "Yeah, I was supposed to go to Chicago." LeBron James and D Wade, I was supposed to go to Chicago. Like,
Yeah.
so why didn't you come to Chicago? Like,
Kobe was supposed to go to Chicago.
that's I'm like, what is going on? Like, like I remember like Anthony Davis rumored to go to Chicago.
Yep, chose to go to Chicago. Yep.
Like, but we never
Y'all,
get him.
Yeah.
Like,
y'all get one.
I saw like this one. I don't know. Like, I saw on like Twitter. I was like really deep in like the NBA threads, and it said like Giannis Antetokounmpo is rumored to be in like trade talks with the Bulls, and I was like, this is not true. This is definitely not gonna happen.
Nowhere in the East. No.
Hey, you already got a Hall of Famer big man on your team.
Who is that?
Andre Drummond.
Yo, he is like he's. I remember Andre Drummond when he was averaging
Oh,
15 rebounds a game for like
he's playing-
4 straight seasons.
Bro, he was catching his own misses.
He's over there crossing up chat. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, but I remember when Andre Drummond was on the Pistons and he was averaging like 14, 15, 16 rebounds for like 4 seasons. And
Hmm.
then he's like, then he got like, where did he go after the Pistons? He went,
Oh man, he's been on 3 different
He's
teams.
been on a couple
where's
of different teams
he
in the
went, he
past.
went to the, after the Pistons, he went to the Cavs, right? He went to
Cavs,
the
yes.
Cavs. It was Cavs, Lakers, and then,
Sixers.
no, yeah, he was on the Sixers, but then he was on Brooklyn.
Oh yeah, he was on Brooklyn, yes.
Yeah, he's been on too many teams. But you guys have anything else for us before we check out?
Nah, I gotta get off here, man. I got work in the morning.
I feel you, man. You got anything?
Hey, I'm happy you guys had me on here. I'll be glad if you guys have me again. I think it was fun. I think we got some more to chop it up about. So,
Of course.
thanks for having me.
I do want
Make
to.
sure I'll send y'all my link to our live streams this year. Be ready for a big junior year from JQ. Y'all know me.
I got you.
Yes,
I do
sir.
want to get a. I do want to give a big shout out to my man's Aubrey. Thank you, bro. He made our YouTube banner. I really appreciate it. I love you, bro. So I just want to give that shout out to Aubrey. But for everybody watching, thank you for tuning in, and thank you. You guys have a great rest of your week. From us at After the Whistle. Peace out.
Peace out, y'all.
Let's be blowing the whistle.